G'day guys, and welcome to another video. This is this week's daily race, Bathurst Race C. There's been a lot of talk of meta cars and stuff on a lot of different YouTubers, and I believe that the Genesis X is actually quite underrated car. There's been talk of the Beetle and the Porsche 903, which is now a very fast car, but all in all, I believe the Genesis X is actually very underrated. Not a lot of people are using it, but it is a very, very quick car. Now this race is Race C, Bathurst. We started in the 8th position, as you can see, behind a Skyline, a couple of Porsches, a Ferrari, and a few others. This was probably one of the cleanest and best races I've had this week already. We've probably done a good dozen races, but this was actually one of the cleanest. Sharing this, we were going to share you some videos from last week, and I do have them in the pipeline, but this week I believe this video deserves to be released as higher priority. But this is a good, fun, clean race. We had little to no errors. Just updating the details, sorry, and the race details, so I can give you drivers and everything. So bear with me. So the, as I said, P8. We had some very, very, very fast drivers in this one. Our driver rating has copped a bit of a hammering this week after getting up to C last week, which is a bit disappointing, but I think we can get it back if we just focus on just being clean and getting some good races. So Race C for Bathurst is a 10-lapper, soft tyres with a mandatory pit stop. Pit stops will be aimed to be around lap 5, lap 6. Yeah, so that's the idea of that. Weather's pretty stable. There's no dynamic weather, no nothing. So jump on in and enjoy. Because yeah, this was an absolute blast for a race. To have the outcome we achieved at the end of this race was a great effort. And as it's really good, clean racing, and some really good drivers in this one. Kirby, Avush, D Winter, Muzza, Roger. They're all, yeah, very, very clean races, and I'd race with them anytime. So join in and yeah. See, we're rocking the Genesis X with the Holden HRT livery. Being Bathurst, you got to have HRT. You know, you just have to. You got to have a vehicle that's capable of having the HRT. You know, or Ford, or Monistar, or Pepsi Max. You know, but you want to have the V8 supercar liveries. That's just, it has to be for Bathurst. There's no way about it, for sure. As you can see there, Kirby just had a bit of an oops and stuck it in the wall, and that seems to be the theme. If you can finish the race and be clean, you're definitely going to be up in the standings. Bathurst is very unforgiving, very similar to Laguna. When you touch the dirt, you go out wide, you spin. Bathurst is very different, you know, especially across the top. If you're in the up across a cutting or Forest, you know, Forest Elbow or any of those places, you just cannot get a U-turn around. You lose so much time in doing a 3-point turn. So we had a look at going through the chase there and doing an inside move on Avush, the Skyline. I wasn't too sure whether he was going to try to cut in on me, so I thought I'd just give him the space. It's only lap 2, plenty of laps left in this race, and all it takes is someone to make an oops, and that's all it took. That's definitely all it takes. Bush just slipped out, which didn't help, but it definitely moved us into a position. So P4 on lap 3 from P8. That's a great start to the race. At this point, we're just taking some breathing, just having a bit of a breath. It was good to have a bit of a gap between P3 and P5. P4 was just to give us a bit of breathing going up and in the straights. It was definitely a workout, but we were chasing down P3. We definitely were after him, but I was very conscious of tyres. The Genesis tyre wear was absolutely brilliant. Front tyres are probably chopped out the most, but did not feel that the tyres were falling late at all. Doesn't take much to make a minor error. That put Roger right on us. I could see him catching. So, and he was a very quick driver in that Beetle. bit of an oops. He was one of the fastest guys on the race there, but he lost a couple of positions. P5 there, Grange, GR Garage, he was an absolute blinder. He was really fast. So we were thinking about this lap. What do we do? Do we come in? It depended on the front runners. So we were watching the front runners very closely because I wanted to pit when they pitted, because that gave me a good indication of where their tyre wear were and where their speed was. So we watched as they were going down the straight. I could see that they didn't enter the pit. So we decided to go for one more lap. We knew the tyres could do it, so there wasn't any issues there. Which put us into caretaker of P3, which is really so 8th to 3rd. Absolute great effort this stage, just remembering to breathe up and down the straights. I did feel the pressure. This was probably one of the best performances I've had on Bathurst this week so far. Cheeky little short change, 2nd to 3rd, just keep the car settled. This lap we were definitely coming in. The tyres were definitely starting to walk away, especially steers. I could definitely feel the understeer starting to come in, and we didn't want a chance one more lap. So this lap we're coming in for a pit. How good does that livery look? Really got the camera then. So the tyres were just on the edge. Didn't lose too much time on that though. So into the pits we go. No pit penalty for me. So guys, while we're in the pits, getting some tyres done and giving a bit of a spruce over, please be sure that you like and subscribe. It does help grow this channel. I am going to try and have regular content out each week. As said, our streaming schedule is definitely going to be Mondays and Saturdays. I don't think there'll be a stream during the week, but we will try to at least have a couple of videos out just to show how we're going. But yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you. It helps grow. We are also on Twitch and we are on Facebook. You can find us on TikTok. So there's plenty of ways to find us. Instagram, we are going to try and we do stream on all platforms. So you see we come out P7th, fresh set of tyres, a bit slower on the outlap, get some temperature back up. But I knew that P2 hadn't pitted, I knew P3 had pitted, and I knew P5 and obviously P6 had pitted, so didn't think, and P1, so P1 and P2 I believe haven't pitted at this point in time, so we're probably caretaking P5, I think is quite a fair and reasonable this stage, and then look, I was happy for a P5. P5's a good effort for sure at this point in the race. Roger's just pulled into the pits. So it's fairly certain Roger hadn't pitted by then. And as the P7 had a bit of an up, so that put us up to P6. Soft tyres, fresh cold tyres. And then we got P5. So we're looking at a P4 at this stage. We thought, okay, because I knew, as I said, P1 hadn't pitted, so P4. This is not looking too bad. Just the only person that can rule this race is really me at this point in time. I had a nice healthy gap between fifth and between sixth, and I had a nice good gap between fourth. So just thought, well, if you just maintain this, I'll be extremely happy. So we weren't the fastest person out there, 208s, 209s. You know, the quickest lap out there was a 206 at this stage, so definitely I would say I wasn't the fastest fella out there. But I was actually wheeling P4 in. I could actually see that I was actually wheeling him in, which was good. So a little bit of an error, creating the wall. Roger right on me. You know, this is one of the cleanest things Roger could do. He was right on me. So he didn't try to do anything silly, he didn't try to knock me off. It was a very good clean run. And we come up to the final corner, and we saw that Kirby and Meta had a bit of an incident, and good sportsmanship, Kirby stopped and waited for Meta to get back onto the track to give him back his position. So they gave us P3. Wow, okay. This is a bit of a shock. I did not expect the P3, so once again, we've got 2 laps to go. So we kept going. Right there, kept me honest. It's a bit wide there. He was right beside me. I had no intentions to try to clean him up, but he just hung back, which is good. He just wasn't in the right spot, so it's better just not to take either of us out. Good clean racing. Across Skyline there. Is it even through the dipper here? See P5 back there, GR Garage. I think GR Garage is where I think pushed Roger out the way a little bit. We got around Roger, I think. Yeah. So he was on a mission, and he was quick. There's no doubt about it. He held the fastest lap of the race, so he was quick. And I could see him coming. That's it. I said I knew P1 hadn't pitted. So we're looking at caretaker P2. So I had a bit of an overcook through the end of the chase there. So instead of trying to outrun him, I just let him go past. Still left me with P3. So final lap, all we needed was just a good clean lap. So he did open a gap up on me. had to do was just hit my points. That's all I needed to do. Nice in time. As we entered on Conrod Straight, we were sort of secretly hoping that I have enough to catch him in the chase and do a pass on the chase in braking. I was too far away. I was about 1.8 seconds away from him, so I had no chance. So the next thing I was hoping for was please just outbrake yourself. Just do something silly. I know you're attacking hard. Just do something silly. And I must admit, the Gran Turismo gods were there. Because he slipped off and gave me P2. So here's my first P2 to Bathurst Race C on the 24th of February. I hope everyone enjoyed it because I was absolutely wrapped, and I got my fastest lap on the last lap. So thank you everyone for watching. As I said, be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll probably post another video later in the week, and thank you very much.